Back to Awakening to Your Story TV, the place to learn, get inspired, and be supported with heart centered solutions for your everyday life. I'm your host, Alicia Hartzell, and today we're going to be talking about emotional tools. Now, what better way to find heart centered solutions is by having emotional tools at your disposal. So, we're going to be building up that emotional toolbox. And today, our first tool that we're going to look at is the Stream Kayak Principle. Now, the Stream Kayak Principle is one of my very favorite tools. I created it to help a client and really help myself in my own life. And it's one that you can pull out and use at any given moment of the day, right? Now, the Stream Kayak Principle, the nuts and bolts of it are: the river of life flows in one direction downstream. And the river of life is there to help you and support you. And you have a boat on the river of life, and that boat is your consciousness. I like to describe it as a kayak, right? And when you are on that river of life and you're floating downstream in harmony with the river, everything is brilliant and beautiful and wonderful. And you can feel that flow as you go down the river of life, right? Now, the nuts and bolts of this principle I'm going to share with you, but I want you to know that I have put a link in the description below and also over in the blog for the Awakening to Your Story Handbook, which is all about the river of life and the Stream Kayak Principle. And I also wrote a book, which you can see over in the corner, Awakening to Your Story, which talks in depth about this principle. Now, in both of those physical tools that you can use, they walk you through the principle and help you with exercises so that you can really make this principle your own. But no matter what, I want you to know that as we walk through this today, you have the power in your story. And that is one of the great things that this principle does, and this tool offers you, is your ability to take back your power in your story and really know where you are consciously, right? It's all about conscious awareness. Okay, so again, on the river of life, it flows one direction and you are in rhythm and in harmony, right? So this is the optimal position for you to be in when you're on the river, right? It's the best place for you to create and live your life by. I'm sure you've had those days where you wake up and it just feels like everything is working in your favor. You are in flow and in harmony, and you feel that fervor for life, right? Now, I want to look at some of the side effects of being in flow, being in that place of alignment where you and your consciousness and life itself are all working together. Those side effects are feeling enthusiastic about your life, feeling like anything is possible, that you can figure out anything, right? Like you have the ability to make your life feel good. Even if it's a challenge ahead of you, you have the ability to take on that challenge, right? Now, some of that inner language is if you're in that moment, some of that inner language might sound like, oh, I can figure this out. Oh, it's working in my favor. Oh, I got this. I got this. Or, oh, okay, I'm grateful for, I'm appreciative of, right? You feel that kind of, it's almost as if you are looking at your life through the lens of possibility because you are in rhythm and in harmony. You have that ability to connect to your prefrontal cortex and all the higher level thinking that is waiting for you there, right? It feels so, so good. Now, I want you to know that no matter where you are on the river of life, you have power and autonomy over your consciousness, right? Your boat is your consciousness. You are the only one who gets to choose how you interact with the boat and how you interact with life, right? You are the one who is in charge. You are the one who has the power. And that's another really beautiful thing about this tool is it offers you the ability to get into alignment even when you're out of alignment. Now, let's talk about what it is to be out of alignment and have trouble on the river of life, right? Because we're all human. Things can be hard and tricky. And the three most typical places where you find trouble in the water in this principle are paddling upstream, having two people in one boat, and not having a boat altogether, right? Now, I want to look at each one individually. We're going to walk through the side effects, the language, and when you can really feel like you're in it. And you can feel these, right? When you're using this tool, you can feel where you are on the river of life. You can feel the essence and the energy behind what you're experiencing. It's all an indicator. And that's why this principle is so great. You can use those indicators to help you find your way back into that optimal position on the river of life, which is in your own inner alignment, conscious and awake and aware, right? Okay. So again, the handbook will walk you through all of the exercises to make you to help you create ownership for getting back into those optimal positions. But we're going to look at each one directly now from a very easy place. Okay. So the side effects of paddling upstream are physical, mental, emotional exhaustion, feeling like you have to fight so hard when things aren't working, that you can't quite catch up, that you feel like you have so much pressure to go in one direction, right? So when you're paddling upstream, you can literally feel the emotional pull and fight of the river. Your boat has turned around and you dug in, right? You are just going to town, trying to make it work, make it happen. And either you've felt that way or you've witnessed somebody who's done that, right? Where they just can't stop the fight, that internal fight and struggle. I use this one all the time to make sure that I'm in alignment. If you feel that struggle, if you feel that fight, you can get to a place where you can go, okay, I'm going to put my paddles back in my boat. I'm going to let the boat turn back around. I'm going to take a breath and I'm going to find my alignment. And you are always going to find a better place of thinking, a better place of feeling from that place than you are from the fight and the struggle. Now, some of that language about being in that place where you're fighting is, I can't believe I'm so over this. I have had to work so hard. Can't you tell? Like, it's like, oh my God, I'm worried about it. I can't make it happen. I've tried so hard. It's that inner language of like that fight and struggle. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not an optimal place to be. You can fight and struggle all you want, but it's going to be emotionally and physically draining to you. So it's better if you can get into that place of alignment and find that solution, find that way back down to that natural flow with the river. You're going to have a better outcome and it's going to be emotionally easier for you there, right? Now, you can tell when you're in this position because it feels like a fight or struggle. It's kind of obvious, but it is always better when you feel like you're in a fight or struggle, internal or external, to realize where you are, put your paddles back in your boat, and find that place of inner alignment again, right? Okay, now the second one is being having two people in one boat. And this happens all the time. This is when you have two captains in one boat. It may feel good in the beginning, but it is not sustainable at all. When you have two people in one boat, you're getting knocked around. Whether you're getting knocked in the elbow or the face or the jaw, or you're knocking somebody else around, it doesn't feel good, and it's definitely not sustainable in any way, shape, or form. Now, the side effects of this are a false state of comfort, a dependency on someone else, and the feeling of neediness or the loss of identity or other aspects of your life that get lost because you're either focused too much on another person or you're too dependent on another person, right? Now, that inner language is one of my favorites. You complete me. Oh, come on. It is Not sustainable. Not sustainable at all. I need you to do this so that I can feel a certain way in my life. You're handing all your power of how you feel over to somebody else and their ability to do actions or not do actions. Not sustainable, right? Do this so that I can feel. Be this so that I can feel. Oh, wait, let me fix this for you so that you can feel and I can feel better, right? Not sustainable. Now, you can tell when you're in this position when you are actively trying to fix something for someone else so that you feel better or that they feel better, or you are asking somebody else to fix something for you so that you feel okay in your own life, right? Not going to work. You have to figure out a way to get in your own boat, get them out, find your own boat, and follow that place of alignment so that you can figure out those places within yourself that need to be fulfilled and find a way to fulfill them for you rather than handing over all that power to the other person, expecting them to make you feel a certain way, right? Okay. Now, you can tell when you're in this position because we already did that, trying to control other people. You have been in this place or in this place, I am sure you can identify, right? Being stranded in the water is when you have no boat and you are struggling to keep your head above the water. Now, remember, your boat is your consciousness. And so, if you are not conscious and aware, life can feel very demanding and very hard, and it can feel like you're drowning on the river, right? Now, the side effects of this are anxiety, depression, aggression, feeling of hopelessness, a feeling like you can't keep up, that life is just taking over, that you do not have any power, right? It's that struggle to keep your head above the water. Again, you can feel it. You can probably witness it for other people, but you can feel it for yourself, right? That I just have to one more thing and I can make it better. Okay, now the language about this is, I don't know what to do. I'm struggling. I'm drowning. I can't figure it out. My life doesn't matter. What I'm doing doesn't matter. I can't make it happen. I can't make it work. I'm not enough. It's all too much, right? Those are kind of the inner languages that happen when you are not in your boat, right? Now, you can tell when you're in this position when you feel that sense of overwhelm, when you feel like there's nothing that you can do to keep up. There's nothing that there's no answers, right? It's just all too overwhelming. Now, the great thing about this tool is that if you know where you are on the river of life, if you can identify where you are on the river of life, then you absolutely have the power to get back into your boat. Half the problem is figuring out where you are and having that conscious awareness and then allowing yourself to get back into that inner alignment, right? Now, if you are in somebody else's boat, you have the ability to get in your own, kick the other person out, right? If you are paddling upstream and you're fighting, you absolutely have the power. Put your paddles back in the boat, take a breath, and go back downstream. If you do not have your boat at all, you absolutely have the power to find your boat, to get your boat, to reunite and get safely nestled inside, right? It is so, so valuable for you to know that you have power and autonomy over your consciousness. And this tool helps you activate that power, step back into that power, right? Again, the handbook will walk you through exercises to really make this your own. But with or without the handbook, with or without the exercises, there are two very, very powerful superpowers that you have in you that can help you slow down the struggle and take this principle to the next level. The first one is your metacognition. That's right, you have a superpower of metacognition. This is your ability to witness your thoughts and even understand the patterns of where they come from. Now, if you use your metacognition to witness your thoughts along with this tool, you can use them, see them for what they are. Those thoughts that you're having, I feel like I'm drowning. I feel like I have to ask you to complete me, or, oh my God, this is a fight. You can see those thoughts. Activate your metacognition and go, oh, let me witness them. And then let me help those thoughts. Let me use those thoughts to help me navigate my way back into my place of inner alignment, right? Now, the other superpower that you have that can help kind of ease that struggle and get you back into that place of inner alignment is breath. I know breath does not seem like a superpower, but when you consciously step into breath, it actually can change the biochemical reaction within your body. You can feel it, right? If you are consciously aware of how you're breathing, it can change that response that you have, right? Now, my favorite breath practice is to do square breathing, which is inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4 counts, exhaling for 4 counts, and then holding for 4 counts. And doing that as many times as you need to till you feel like you are back in that place of alignment, even for just a moment, right? All of this will really help you set the stage to figure out your problems down the river, right? If you can step in those moments, take ownership for where you are, ownership for what's going on in your life, and then say, I have the power to get into my alignment, then you've changed the game for yourself, right? Now, I want you to use this tool as often as you can. I want you to take all the judgment out. Just stay curious and awake and alert as you are engaging in your life. And I want you to know that until next time, I am here, right? So comment, like, and share this video. Send me problems that you're having, and I'll help you get back into that place of alignment, right? Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my email, but know that until next time, I am holding a place of love for you where your inner alignment is undeniable.